Good evening, students. Today we will do the study of electrostatic force. And in this, we have several topics, as you can see at the screen: frictional electricity, second one, properties of electric charges, third one, Coulomb's law, fourth one, Coulomb's law in vector form, units of charge, relative permittivity or dielectric constant, continuous charge distribution. And in this topic we will do the study of linear charge density, linear charge distribution, surface charge density, surface charge distribution, volume charge density and volume charge distribution. So let's start with the first topic, frictional electricity. So what is frictional electricity? Whenever we are rubbing any two objects, then the transfer of electron takes place from one object to another object. Now question arises, from which object the electron will transferred? So it depends on how loosely the electrons are bounded. Suppose that you can see at the screen, here we are rubbing a glass rod with the silk. Now when we rub the glass rod with the silk, then electrons transferred from glass rod to the silk. Hence, that's why the deficiency of electron created at the glass rod. That's why the glass rod gets positive charge and the silk will get negative charge due to the excess of electron. It depends on the how loosely electrons are bound. In glass rod, the electrons are bounded loosely as compared to silk. That's why electrons transferred from glass rod to silk. In the process of rubbing any two objects, when we are rubbing any two objects, what we are doing? When we are rubbing two objects, then the heat energy produced, the work which we are doing in the process of rubbing, that converts into heat energy, and that heat energy, when the electrons will take this heat energy and which is sufficient to eject the electron, then the electrons transit from the one object to the another object. So what is frictional electricity? Frictional electricity is the electricity produced by rubbing two suitable bodies and due to transfer of electrons from one body to another body. So the generally question arises, what is the cause of charging? How the body gets charged? So the process of charging of any body, this is due to the transfer of electron from one body to another body. As you can see at the screen, when we rub the glass rod with the silk, then silk will get negative charge because of electrons. Transition of electron will take place from the glass rod to the silk, and when electrons jumped from glass rod, it means there is deficiency of electrons created at the glass rod, hence it will get positive charge, and the electron jump to the silk, that's why the excess of electron there at the silk, that's why it will get negative charge. Now another case, ebonite rod and funnel. Ebonite rod, in case of the ebonite rod and the funnel, the electrons are loosely bonded in funnel as compared to the ebonite rod, that's why electrons jumped from funnel to the ebonite rod. That's why ebonite rod will get negative charge and funnel will get positive charge. You can see in this table that when glass rod rubbed with silk, then glass rod will get positive charge and the silk will get negative charge. Similarly, when wool or funnel rubbed with the umber, ebonite, rubber, plastic, etc., then the wool and funnel will get positive charge and these materials will get negative charge. Now similarly, when ebonite rod rubbed with polythene, then ebonite rod will get positive charge and polythene will get negative charge. Dry hair and comb. This activity you can do at your home. Uh, Rub the comb with the dry hair, then the dry hair will get positive charge and the comb will get negative charge. So what is the cause of charging? As we have discussed that any body will get charged. This is simple process of charging or transfer of electron from one body to another body. If a body gained the electron, then excess of electron makes the body negative. If the electrons are transferred from the body, then deficiency of electrons makes the body positive. Now let's proceed to the next slide. Properties of charge. What are the properties? So as we can see, as we have discussed, that charges are of two types, positive and negative charge. And another property, second one, that is like charges repel to each other and unlike charges attract to each other. Always. Third one, charge is a scalar quantity. And fourth one is additivity of charge. This is another important property. That additivity of charge means what? Suppose you have a charged body and charge is distributed over the body. Let's suppose that Q1, Q2, Q3 like this. These charges are distributed over the body. Now when we are talking about the total charge on the body, then total charge on the body will be equal to the scalar sum of all the charges present at the body. Suppose that the total charge is capital Q, then this charge will be equal to scalar sum of all the charges present at the body. Q will be equal to Q1 plus Q2 plus Q3, hence on. And fifth property, that is quantization of charge. What is quantization of charge? That charge always exists in the integral multiples of fundamental electronic charge. Fundamental unit of charge means charge always exists in the integral multiples of fundamental unit of charge, that is small e, whose value is 1.6 into 10 power minus 19 coulomb. Q equals to plus minus Ne. N is integer. N is any integer and E is fundamental unit of charge. Means charge always exists in the integral multiples, not in fractions. Focus at this point that charge always exists in integral multiples of fundamental electronic charge, or we can say that fundamental unit of charge, that is small e, not in fractions. Charge never exists in fractions. Now another important property, that is conservation of charge. What is conservation of charge? Conservation means what? The quantity that can neither be created nor be destroyed. The charge can neither be created nor be destroyed. It can only be transferred from one body to another body. This is the conservation of